8 aging cemeteries fall under the care of the state's Accounting and General Services Department, or DAGS, which is asking the state legislature this year for more resources to better care for these final resting places. You would know it from looking at it, but this is a cemetery and an example of a state-owned cemetery that suffers from a lack of funding to care for it.
When you walk around these cemeteries and you see the condition of these cemeteries, it is heartbreaking.
DAGS Director and Comptroller Keith Regan surveyed the condition of the Hanapepe Cemetery on Kauai, one of 8 cemeteries under his department's care.
In order to maintain those cemeteries throughout the state, we need positions and we need to have resources in order to be able to go in and do groundskeeping, maintenance, repairs, things that will ensure that those facilities are kept in the way that they really should be as the final resting place for more than 6,000 of our residents.
There are only 2 groundskeepers to maintain 6 cemeteries on Oahu and none on Kauai. Regan requested $1 million from the legislature this year to fund 2 groundskeeping positions and hire a contractor to upkeep the lands. One of those groundskeepers would work at Hanapepe Cemetery, which currently has no dedicated staff. But the state has to ask the legislature every year for money to maintain these abandoned cemeteries. Now lawmakers are looking at a different approach to better care for these neglected places.
Maybe the better approach would be funding a trust fund for all of these cemeteries, and the trust fund would be leveraged and used to fund the operations. So then that way that becomes a lot more predictable. It's a one-time ask that we could fund the trust fund.
Without enough funding, these cemeteries turn into crime scenes.
Vandalism, there's theft, and nobody wants that for a cemetery, especially if they have loved ones there.
Well, there's a lot of vandalism because they're located in kind of out-of-the-way places where people can go in and knock over headstones and just cause problems within those facilities.
While these aging cemeteries wait for additional funds for more maintenance and personnel, another idea being talked about is having a nonprofit take over these hallowed grounds so they can be properly cared for.
We have to honor their lives in a way that is respectful, and to have these cemeteries fall into disrepair is just inappropriate.